So continuing from next week,
Mhm.
I'm travelling in time in another direction.
Seen from last week.
Yeah, it's carrying on from last week. Did you hear that 50% of the population, apparently, if you say you're going to move a meeting back one day, they think, like, if the meeting was scheduled for Tuesday, if you say I'm going to move the meeting back one day, what do you think, which day do you think it would be on?
To Wednesday.
I would say Monday.
And you have perfectly demonstrated
Wow.
that 50% of the population feel that you're moving the clock back, and the other one feels like the time goes in like different directions. What are you moving back? The time or the meeting? So
Well, you're moving back the meeting.
yeah, I think
further away.
I'm with you. I would turn up on Wednesday, but Owen would turn up on Monday, and 50% of people.
Maybe just
Go
keep the
the other
meeting
way.
to a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Save the trouble.
Just
Yeah.
be punctual.
Yeah, don't faff around. Okay, so from last week to now, moving backwards. I'm going to give you that, Arthur, because Arthur couldn't smell it last week, and we made this.
Wow.
And
You made it.
No, I didn't.
I made it
I
out of
couldn't
these
smell
things.
anything.
Arthur couldn't smell a thing, so
It's like a honey sexiest scent on the planet ever.
yeah. It is.
That's
It's made
lovely.
from different things.
That is
thank
lovely,
you.
isn't
It's
it?
called Honey Jasmine Karma, which we decided was a suitable name for a pop star's child.
Yeah.
But
Hello,
it
my
wasn't
name's Honey Jasmine Karma.
Yeah, wasn't the same when Arthur's noises were not genuine.
Wow, that's incredibly Moorish, isn't it?
That's great.
Good, and it's quite a short formula. It's pretty sweet, and it's centered around this material, phenyl ethyl phenyl acetate.
There's no
Which
actual honey in it.
Smells of honey. No. No. Vegan.
There you go.
So,
There you go.
but one thing we didn't smell last week, I have brought upstairs today, because we smelt all the synthetic things and recreations that go into making a honey smell, but we didn't smell this, which actually smell. You can. This is the 100% strength that you can smell out of the pot. Just don't get it on your nose.
Whoa. That's like. It's like smoky. That's like smoky bacon.
Wow.
And this is why we've invited you, Owen, basically.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
what
yeah.
you mean as well. It's
Wow, I really
But
see what you
that-
mean, but that is
that
just...
is the weird thing. It's so I'll give you a
To
little
me-
bit to have on the strip.
To me,
Is
it
that
smells
in
like...
this?
No.
Actually, no. That is natural beeswax absolute, so not vegan. There's a lot going on though, isn't there?
It's a lot.
Yes.
It smells like the
Very good.
inside of a lovely cabinet.
Yes. Because
So,
well, we tend to associate the smells are like people whose grands used to polish their furniture with beeswax polish.
right.
We tend to think beeswax always reminds people who had old furniture of wooden furniture.
That's so
because
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm getting really like bacon with like a barbecue, really vinaigrette, vinegary barbecue sauce.
I'm pleased.
I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from.
Yes, and now that's all I can smell. It does smell like a certain bag of crisps that.
Yeah.
It's a very. Yeah, but so that is why we don't necessarily just use that to get honey fragrance. There's a tiny bit of barbecue, smoky.
It's
It
nicer
is like-
in smaller quantities.
I probably shouldn't have unleashed that on
No,
you.
I like it.
But yes. So we do use beeswax absolute in perfumery. But today mostly I thought I would talk about some fragrances that we have made with the honey smell, not necessarily with honey. And here's one of them. So we started with Honey Jasmine Karma, which formula for which is in the Scenthusiam.
For witches?
That's me trying to get my grammar right, and I just get yes. The formula for witches, that would be... Oh, I've knocked myself out now with one of my own works.
Thank you.
The formula for which is on the Patreon.
Ooh,
Yeah, here we
that's
are.
very nice.
Have you bottled this one, Owen? Do you recognise
It's very
this one?
familiar.
But you probably, I mean, out of all the ones we have, you would not necessarily remember. But this one
This is. This is. No, it's not. It's. It's Clans Gather Together.
It's Centrepiece.
Oh, right.
Sorry, I was trying to...
Centerpiece,
Yeah.
yes.
And the story
That's
of
right.
this is... I was working on... or something, Fortnum and Mason, when we were in there for a while, in their new modern perfumery bit, which is, it was too terrifying, I think, for their customers. It was a black and white cube in the middle of the lovely golden green things. But that, I did this as an exclusive. But a man called Mo, who was working at Fortnum and Mason on one of the counters there, he said, can you come in and play with some material and stuff? And I was busy, so I said, yeah, off we go then. And he picked out a load of kind of random things off the shelf and said, can we make one out of these? And one of the ones we picked was my random honey nut cornflakes aroma, which I had made sort of by accident. And so I thought, well, I wasn't intending actually to use that, but why don't we? So
Now you've said honey nut cornflakes.
yeah. And he also
Absolutely.
picked cedarwood and green tea and vanilla. And there's vanilla in the honey nut cornflake ones. The more I thought about it, I thought, this is actually, we're in the process of making the Fortnum and Mason ice cream parlour. So that's what, not only has it got the kind of green and gold and cream colours of that kind of thing going on in it, it also has a smell. So lots of musks, and it is quite ice cream parlour-ish. So that's
It really, it's really changed from the first smell to now.
Yeah.
calms down a bit. So then we sat there and we were just all smelling it like this, just all going, And he said, can we call it the Centrepiece? I think it's probably Brooke then said, no, you can't do it call it that because somebody else has already got one called Centrepiece. And so we then thought, oh, well, it could be Centrepiece because the scent of piece was taken with it.
Centerpiece.
I like it.
And then there's a very good song by Joni Mitchell called Centrepiece, which is in the middle of another song called Harry's House. And so I think of that when I smell it. So that exists.
That's great. Love it. I wouldn't have. I bottled it, and I know that smell. But I actually, after having said honey, I wouldn't have thought honey. But now I can really smell it. Crazy.
That's what happens. That's perfumery for you.
Yeah.
You say, there's this. So this is one of my very oldest. So if we don't tell Arthur what it is, because I can see that, and just see if he recognises it from historical times, this one. But actually I've sort of forgotten about it, and Brooke mentioned it when she wrote a piece for us, which she writes, she sent one a week on the theme of whatever we're on. So on the theme of honey, she picked this one. I thought, oh yeah, I've forgotten. So this is more unusual. You.
I feel like I do know it.
Well, first of
This
all,
one-
though, yes. Hit us.
When I went to
hit us with your interpretation.
well, it really takes me back to a specific memory of a hotel in Hong Kong. They would blast this out in the lobby, and you'd be like, it was lovely.
Sounds like they owe you
Like
some
you'd
money.
be out in the streets of Hong Kong, which had a wide range of smells.
Yeah.
You get into the hotel, it smelled exactly like this.
Good Lord. Okay. Good. Well, this is. Should I tell you?
Yeah.
It's sunshine.
Is that in Pancakes?
Yes. It's sunshine and pancakes, which And Brooke just gave it another name, like Sunshine and Second Dates or something. I think she called it. Something like that. Which is, I think it needs a new name because I'm thinking the kind of pancake which has no sugar in it, a British one, which is flour, half an egg, and dilute the milk with water. Don't none of this fluffy, sugary stuff. Because British pancakes are very different from American pancakes. Plus, then honey and lemon on top.
Yeah. Oh,
lovely.
I love that.
And
what?
Yeah.
What do you think would have been blasting out in that hotel in Hong Kong?
Well, I'm trying to work out. Possibly the vanilla part of it. It might be. Did it have a pool? This hotel.
But an outdoor pool.
Right. Because this is supposed to smell like your skin after sitting on the beach for a few days. Because my mother-in-law said she would like to smell the smell of sunshine and pancakes. That was what she was missing when I first started making perfume. She said, "Oh, I'd like one that smells of sunshine and pancakes." Wow. Okay. So for sunshine, I was sort of thinking of the feeling that when you've been out in the sun and in the sea a few times and you've got a bit salty, and somebody sort of, if you like sit next to somebody and you smell them, they've been in the sea a few times. That's sort of what I want. It's weirdly salty. I'm not sure how I did that.
Has he got that? Has he got the sun cream ingredient, the labdanum? Benzyl salicylate.
No, good question, Arthur. Possibly.
I think Sunshine and Second Dates is a great name.
Yeah, I think that's just what it's going to be renamed. If
Sunshine
it's ever
and Second Dates.
Yeah.
SSD.
It's just so
S2D.
not really pancakes. No, not that. But it is more like a French crêperie where you go and they cook it.
Oh yeah.
And
now you said the word crepe actually.
yes. So it's.
When I think about the word crepe, I think pancakes. I don't know why.
But I'm saying.
But not fluffy American pancakes with blueberry thing on.
Not those.
That's what I've got. This I've had some Americans say, "Hang on, this doesn't smell like a pancake." It's like, about that. We don't do them with sugar in. And we don't do them fluffy.
We do them with sugar. We do them with sugar on.
Sugar on, if you're lucky.
A bit of a good old squeeze of lemon.
So this is a few years old now. I mean, I last made a few batches. In fact, I've got to check whether I can still make any more legally. But
why is that?
Because there have been new regulations come in on the amount of cedar, because we use Atlas cedar in this, and jasmine you can use in this shed loads. So this might actually be the last ever batch.
So also it's being made illegal to bottle Sunshine.
Yeah, you can't, or inject it. It's also very expensive to make now. And either it has to go up in price by a factor of like 97.2 or... I don't know. I'm just going to check. It's probably fine.
I've not seen that bottle before.
That one,
with the design, that's really cool.
Yeah, isn't it? That is from a collaboration we did, proper collaboration, with Dalliance and Noble. They designed a scarf and that bottle, and we made the fragrance of all the things that were depicted on the scarf.
Oh, that's really
It was a crowdfunding thing we did a while back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Bottle, isn't it? No, you know that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's got, we chose the one with irises on it. Some actually had sort of bees on the bottle, but they looked as if they were like stuck in it. And one had a hummingbird, and it looked a bit trapped. So I chose the one with irises on it. It's really beautiful because there's orris in this as well. So this. I'm so glad he's got his sense of smell back.
Still my beating heart. That is.
Not completely though. We wanted to keep beating. Yeah. I've got to say, when I picked these up for bringing upstairs to test, I just covered myself in that this morning.
What the heck is it? I don't even recognise it.
Truth, Beauty, Freedom, Love.
Wow, I don't even recognise it, and I've bottled that so many times.
Yeah. It was for... It was the end of 2016 when I felt that the world needed more truth, beauty, freedom and love. And actually, every day after that since... We have needed ever more. Because we're lacking. So this is our let's restore faith in humanity fragrance. This one, and this does have beeswax in, and I've got a couple of quite keen vegan perfume users who write about vegan perfumes, and so and a couple of them, it didn't matter if we had, but if they were vegan or not, there just might be a tiny bit of beeswax, didn't make much difference. But this one's like, no, sorry, this one can't. This cannot be vegan. It's got the beeswax in,
It's got the barbecue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when you mix it with other things, you don't really smell
smoky bacon.
Yeah, doesn't smell like smoky bacon.
No, it smells lovely.
It's not like.
This is really,
this is
really,
orris,
really nice.
hay, tobacco, apricot.
It's like it's what I would want. I don't want this to sound like a bad. It's what I would want.
Yes.
A sophisticated soft drink to be like, because a lot of them are elderflower and like Schlur.
Yeah.
But if someone gave you a glass of this,
smoky bacon,
you'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that a crazy?
No, I get it's like there was a special tonic that you could put all your. Yeah. So try this with your vodka, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Delicious. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, me too.
So it's got, these are things that you might say had honey notes, but this one's got beeswax in it. So, because the bees, I think, I'm under the impression that bees don't mind if you use up the beeswax after they're finished with it. And then the absolute is made from it, and then we can use it, and so I used it. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with Truth, Beauty, Freedom, Love. I made it a little bit darker with the second version. I don't think anybody really noticed. I just put in a bit more tobacco, a bit less apricot. And this is this one. Just made it a bit... It reflected the world the way I saw it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
No, I saw what that was before. I'm not going to look at the bottle this time.
They're going to come out basically the way that perfume and the world are going. I'll be doing it like, no, Johnny, not the black. Black. Sorry, Fast Show reference. Are we too young for the Fast Show?
Actually, I did watch it.
You're going to have to look up the no, Johnny, not the black. No, black.
Ooh. I've bottled this one.
Yeah, I think a pair of you bottled all of them. It's just that. What does it smell like to you as we...
All of mine are food and drink references.
Yeah.
It's pudding.
It is.
It's pudding.
But it is, because this is Hammersmith Tea and Biscuits.
Oh, yes.
So it's a cup of tea. It's a peace offering, this one. Tea and biscuits. It's like, let's just sit down, get the kettle on, and work things out. Quite posh biscuits, but I wanted the kind of oatmeal, lemon, crunchy toffee sort of honeycomb biscuits.
That's really nice.
Well, thank you. So that was just a rough guide to...
my little world then.
Did you?
Yeah.
Little pudding world.
Yeah.
Tea and biscuits.
Yeah, really nice.
But they are all the ones we've been smelling. They are gourmand fragrances, I suppose you'd say, because they all smell like you could eat them. So the ice creamy centerpiece, the pancakey one, but sunshine second date. I like this jasmine cedarwood accord. I sort of dedicated it to the Brownlee brothers, who did triathlons and won lots of medals.
Oh yeah.
Because I think the smell of somebody who just finished a triathlon would be like jasmine and cedarwood skin. There's like.
Not sure what it is.
Wow, I'm not sure. Yeah, wow.
No, after they've just like got out of the sea and then cycled and they've run to the end, and they're still kind of healthily glowing.
Yeah.
There's been no time
There's
at
no
all.
stale sweat.
No, it's not at
It's
all.
all fresh sweat.
It's freshly exercised. So.
Which I think there are two I think there is a distinction with sweat. Fresh sweat, I think, smells nice across the board.
Yeah.
It's only when it gets stale that I think that it
exactly
smells
when it dries.
unpleasant.
That's not a good thing. But
Yeah,
I think,
but I do quite like the smell of sweat.
Somebody who's just dived in and swum and then cycled a lot and then just crossed the line is like, oh yeah, that's not terrible. That's jasmine and cedarwood for me.
But I would like to smell that mixture at some point.
Oh yeah, by itself. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we do that next time, children?
Great.
That's the end. That's the end.
Wow. All right. So it's nothing.